Welcome to Module 2.2. In this one, we're going to talk about banking basics, and by the end of this unit, you should understand the benefits of using banks. You'll understand how to calculate the interest that they pay you for your accounts. You should be able to set up a simple checking or savings account and be able to use it properly. And of course, you'll understand the basic transactions involved in banking and how to use them to balance your checkbook properly and accurately. Last module, we talked about what are you going to do with your paycheck and where the deductions come from. But the question now is, what are you going to do? Cash it, put it in your wallet, cash it and hide the cash in your house somewhere, or you're going to deposit it at a bank. Now, some people cash their checks at these check cashing places. They charge tremendous fees, and there's a reason they're not always in the best part of town. Some people just take the money and want to hide it and put it under a mattress or something like that. Well, smart people put it in banks, and successful people all use banks. So be careful what you're doing with your cash, because if you want to be financially successful, follow the model. Do what successful people do. They all use banks. Why is that? Banks and credit unions both provide safety and reliability. They provide convenience for you with your money. They provide tremendous financial services to advise you and help you with managing your money. And of course, they give you options to make your money grow. We'll talk about that later. First of all, cash you hold can be stolen or lost. So cash also earns interest, and so you want to be able to have your cash earn money because of inflation. Now, understand that prices go up in America, both college and for books and housing prices, gas prices, clothing prices, food prices, they all go up with time. So if your cash isn't earning interest, you are actually losing its buying power. I mean, $100 is still $100, but $100 5 years from now won't buy the same thing that $100 is buying today. Okay, so put your money in the bank. It'll make some interest. It'll be a hedge against inflation or a safety technique to help it keep up with inflation. And understand that the money you deposit in banks is insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. It's guaranteed that your money will be safe for up to $250,000. And if you're lucky and you have more money than that, then you can set up a different account, and both accounts can be guaranteed up to $250,000. So it's guaranteed by the federal government. So people should not be afraid of banks. Okay. Banks are convenient, obviously. They give you ATMs to put money in, take money out. They'll let you write checks. They'll let you use these debit cards. And of course, you can do remote banking through your phone or through a computer using online transactions. You don't even have to get a paycheck, actually. You can have your paycheck direct deposited into your bank account, so you don't have to go cash it or deposit it or run to the ATM every payday you have. Of course, you can track your transactions and your debits and credits on your bank statement. You can do this either on paper through the US mail or online, and more people are going online. So the banks provide tremendous convenience for you using your money. They also provide service. They can give you great investment advice. They can offer you loans. Most banks offer credit cards through their own local branch. They'll give you checkbooks in many cases if you have a checking account there, and sometimes those are even free. You should check with your local bank when you set up your account. They'll give you the online banking services we talked about, and those are getting better and more convenient every year. And of course, we mentioned the bank statements. You can help track your money and manage it well. One of the other things you may not know about with banks is that they will help you establish a credit rating. You do need a credit rating because at some point in a person's life, you're always going to have a need to borrow money to pay for a car, to pay for a house, to pay for college, three of the biggest transactions you'll make in your lifetime. And so good credit, or having a good credit record that you paid bills on time, you didn't owe anyone money, a good credit record allows you to borrow money and get better interest rates when you buy a car, or you pay for college, or you want to buy a house. Now, if you have bad credit, okay, you're going to pay interest to borrow the money no matter what kind of credit you have. But if you have good credit, you pay less. You get a better interest rate or a lower interest rate for you to pay. If you have bad credit, like you didn't pay bills or you owe somebody money, you're going to pay more. Or if your credit's really bad, they won't let you borrow money at all. So nobody wants to be denied for credit, whether it's a credit card or a loan for something you really need. And so maintain your credit, and banks will help you do that by managing it well. I think one of the best benefits of using banks is that your money can earn interest, and it will minimize the impact of inflation. And of course, this helps you establish credit as well. We want your money to grow with time, not stay the same, because prices go up. Your money's got to grow, at least keeping up with inflation. Otherwise, your dollar is shrinking. And of course, setting up a good credit will help you later in life. Okay, so let's talk about how the bank helps you make money. You can earn interest. That is the money you earn for depositing money in a bank account, as long as it's an interest-bearing account. And you should ask your bank what kind of interest rate they're paying you, because you do want to know what that is. Now, why can the bank do this? Well, they take your money and they lend it out for other purposes to other people. Doesn't mean your money's not there. They always have to have a guaranteed balance that you can close your account and pull your money out. It's guaranteed, remember, from the FDIC. But they do take your money and lend it out and try to make more money by loaning it at higher interest rates to others. Okay, but you will make interest, and we want you to be able to calculate how that interest is paid. So it follows this formula. The interest earned is the principal dollar amount that you have put in the bank times the interest rate. You should know what that is. It's usually a low percentage, like 1, 2, if you're lucky, 3 or 4. And then it's times the time that you have it in the bank account or in the interest-bearing account. So here's an example. If you had $300 deposited, that'd be your principal, in an account that earned 4% interest per year, and all these rates are annual or per year, unless it says otherwise. The question says, how much interest would you earn in 1 year? Well, principal times interest times time is the formula. So the principal is $300. That's the principal amount you had deposited in the account. 4%, you could write this as a decimal, 0.04, and then times 1 year. That's the time, right? This has to be number of years or fractions of a year if it was less than a year. And so 1 times 0.04 times 300 gives you $12. Now, $12 doesn't seem like a lot, but remember, it's better than just having nothing with your interest. Okay, plus we'll talk later about compounding, because your money can make money. Okay, let's calculate some simple interest here. If you had $500 of principal, earning 3% per year, how much in a year? I'll let you do the math. You can do it in your head, or you can bust out a calculator. It's going to be 0.03 for your interest rate. That's 3% as a decimal. Remember to move the decimal twice. Okay, so 0.03 times 5 times 1 year. Hopefully you can calculate that. How much would that same money earn in 6 months? Well, if it earned this much in a year, this answer to example 2 should be half the answer to example 1, whatever you got. Now, example 3, a third one, different account. How much would $1,000 earn if it was getting 2% for 3 years' time? So let's check here, right? Remember our formula. Interest you earn is principal times the interest rate times time. So number 1, $500 of principal, 3% per year times 1 year. This will give you $15. Well, example 2, how much in only 6 months? Well, really, this is the same principal, same interest rate, but the time is different. It's only half a year. So 500 times 0.03 times a half gives you 750, and it does turn out to be 1/2 of the answer for number 1. Now, example 3, $1,000 times 2% or 0.02. That's 2% expressed as a decimal. Times 3 years, this give you $60. And so even at small interest rates, your money can make money. And here's the beauty of it. The interest you earn from the bank, that's really their money that's now yours. That interest can earn interest. Okay, so you can earn interest upon interest. And over the years, that interest will grow following this yellow set of bars here. And this is called compounding. So one of the most important things we could teach you here is the power of compounding. In fact, there's a rule for it. It's called the rule of 72. If you take your interest rate and divide it into the number 72, it will kick out a number of years that it will take to double your money. So this chart is for 8%. If you could get 8%, that's really good right now. Most banks aren't paying anywhere near that. But if you could get 8%, 72 divided by 8 is 9. In 9 years, you would double your money. Look at this. If you had $100, it just sits there. It stays at $100 forever if you don't invest it, if you don't try to put it in a bank that earns some interest. Even if it was simple interest, if you just got a fixed amount every year, it would go up like this, follow the top of the green bars. That's okay, but it's not great. The best one of all is following the yellow bars. If you had it compounded, in other words, if interest was calculated every month or every quarter or even every 6 months or every year, you're going to make interest upon interest upon interest, and this yellow bar goes up dramatically with time. After 9 years, your $100 is worth 200. After another 9 years, your 200 is doubled to 400. And notice, the first time it doubled, you made $100. The second time it doubled, you made 200 bucks. The next time it doubles, you'll make another $400. And so you got to understand, this may not seem like a whole lot. 9 years seems like a long time to most young people, but the power of compounding is immense. And if you can start saving money early, your money will grow beyond your wildest imagination. Think of it. If this $100 was $1,000, or if you got an inheritance, or if you got a really good paying job with a bonus or something right out of college, if you had $10,000, think how much it's going to grow with time if you invest it wisely and let the interest make interest for you. Don't forget the rule of 72. Most rates aren't as high as 8. If you had a 6% rate, 72 divided by 6, it would take 12 years to double it. But either way, you've got to understand the power of compounding interest. The message is save early and let it ride. Don't take that money out of the bank. If you can start saving early at a young age, this will help you tremendously, especially when we talk about retirement later. Okay, we got to understand inflation, because you do need your money to grow, because prices go up in time. 2 to 4% per year is normal. And if you look at American prices from 2000 to 2010, it's about 2.5% per year. Real steady. There's a couple blips here, especially during the Great Recession of 2008 and 2009, and that changed a lot of people's lives. But if you look at this line, it's pretty consistent, 2.5%. What does it mean for your money? If your money's not making 2.5% interest, it's actually decreasing in value, or at least decreasing in buying power. $100 is $100, but $100, if you hold on to it for 2 years, 2 years from now, $100 won't buy what it bought right now. Okay, so put your money in the bank, let it earn interest. Okay, don't forget to let your money grow. Use banks, and we hope you see the advantages of using them.